current landscape looks like this. Financial institutions work in isolation. End users who belong to a certain financial institution only have and only experience instant fund transfers within the same ecosystem. And it's the same with the products and services that are provided to the public. A good example are QR codes. A financial institution would issue a QR code, and only if you belong to that same financial institution can you scan that QR code. So we see things like cafes, restaurants having multiple QR codes and methods of payments, and you can barely see the cashier's face. And to move money is possible, definitely is. There's nothing stopping anyone here from logging into their bank account and sending money to another bank or to another wallet. But the issue arises that it isn't instant. Funds are slow, and we can say that they're inefficient. So with these pain points in mind comes the Digital Payment Hub. ndpx's immediate goal is to implement the Digital Payment Hub, which is an instant payment system designed to facilitate fund transfers in Brunei. And once that's done, overseas and cross-border, we stand to reshape how you experience fund transfers and QR payments. First, it being instant. We'd like to introduce near instant fund transfers between banks and making the funds available to you immediately. Not having to wait two hours or a few days for you to receive your funds. Another goal, we're making banks and e-wallets interoperable. In the current system, banks and e-wallets speak but do not speak efficiently. And if they do, it's very slow. With them being interoperable, fund transfers will now flow freely between bank accounts and between persons. And it would be from different banks and financial institutions and wallets. Thirdly, gone will be the days where you have to pass your 13-digit account number to your friend for them to send you funds. We're enabling transfers via phone numbers. In the future ecosystem, we hope that all the accounts that you have with participating banks, wallets, and other financial institutions, you'll be able to link this to your phone number. So in the future, no more copy and pasting it from WhatsApp to your banking application, writing it down because your banking application can't paste. Just key in your phone number and you'll be fine. And finally, my favorite line of the presentation is finally, money will not sleep. I can wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm banked or with this one bank and my friend only has a wallet. And it can be a weekend or a public holiday. And I remember I need to pay him for dinner. I can wake up at 3 a.m., log into my application, send him the funds, and he'd receive it on the spot. Considering all this, what will it look like? The ecosystem consists of a few players. Firstly, there are the end users. The end users would comprise of persons, businesses, and as well as government agencies who can access these services via participants. And participants being financial institutions that are licensed and approved by BDCB. And these participants would have the integration with the Digital Payment Hub. And on the other side, they will communicate with other participants who have connected to the Digital Payment Hub. And that will enable the communication between end users of different financial institutions from the other side. I know a diagram doesn't really show the volume it can handle, but just imagine this as a foundation and funds being transferred back and forth freely, openly, without any major restrictions. A few key takeaways that need to be considered is that the digital payment hub will be operated by ndpx, and it acts as a payment switch. It means that ndpx, or the digital payment hub, will not have a front-facing application. We are here to facilitate fund transfers instantly and securely. Secondly are the participants. The participants are any financial institution that have been approved or licensed by BDCB to provide digital payment hub services to their customers. They will be responsible to integrate their system with the digital payment hub and innovating on top of this hub products and services for their customers to use. And finally, the end users. That's me. And I guess everyone here and everyone at home. We will be logging into our mobile applications, web applications, with the banks or wallets we belong to, and we would be able to send funds to anyone. But how would QR look like in the future? You'd be issued a QR code from financial institution A. In our current landscape, you'd have to pull out the same web application that belongs to financial institution A to scan. But in the future, you can open up your mobile application with financial institution B and scan the QR code. Upon scanning, the same seamless process applies. You confirm that you'd like to make the payment, you press pay, and the business or the person will receive the funds instantly. So, what are the ecosystem benefits? Firstly, it's instant. Funds are made available to you at any time for you to use or utilize. Secondly, interoperability. Banks and other banks, banks and e-wallets and other e-wallets can now freely move funds between each other and communicate. Thirdly, it's locally priced. ndpx aims to provide the most cost-effective solution, ensuring affordable prices to the financial ecosystem. Fourthly is ISO 20022. It's a very random fact that I'm bringing up, but it's important to understand that ISO 20022 is the national language of payments. So once all the wallets and the banks speak and understand this language, for us to integrate with our regional partners and international partners becomes easier. It's because we would speak the same language. Next one is wider payments acceptance. Multiple bank applications and wallets can now scan the same QR codes, making reach wider for businesses. And finally, 24/7 availability. Anytime, anywhere, money will never sleep. In 2023, we kickstarted the implementation of the Digital Payment Hub. And in 2024, we conducted our market rehearsal, which was wider testing between all of our participants, for them to send test money to each other, transfer test money to each other, for them to look up each other, to search for different customers. And after that, we conducted a pilot, which is similar to a market rehearsal, but with real money, mimicking real life. I'm happy to say that the launch of phase 1, which is the Digital Payment Hub, will be in Q4 2024. But it doesn't stop there. In 2025 onwards, we're having a phase 2. And I hope to be on the same stage next year to speak about what phase 2 is.